Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well today. I just finished reading Nobody Knows My Name by James Baldwin, and I felt compelled to come on and chat about it because I enjoyed it so much. It gave me pause, it made me think very deeply, it made me read out quotes to Sean while we were in bed. I was like, listen to this. And then I thought, well, then I must come on and talk about it because it's obviously left a big mark on me. And even though it was written in the 50s, I believe it holds so much truth today. I was just trying to find where I'd written, there are certain quotes I wanted to speak about while speaking about this book. If you haven't read James Baldwin before, this is my second book that I've read by James Baldwin. The other one I've read is Giovanni's Room, which I've put here. There you go, you can see. This is a collection of essays written by James Baldwin about his life, about growing up, about visiting the South in the 50s and 60s during the school integration period. It's about living in Paris. It's about moving back from Paris and Europe in general. He lived in a few places and finally moving home and feeling like he could move home and that he was an American. It is what it is to be an American for him. It is to do with other relations he had, like friendships with other authors who also were in Paris at that time. And yeah, it's excellent. And what's great about it is nearly each essay, I would say, not all of them, they really made you think, made you reread the sentence, made you go, wow. Now, I think I have this annoying thing where when somebody writes with such authority, and he doesn't actually write with lots of authority, but I feel like he does. His reasoning, his sense, and the things he says make me go, this guy's right. This guy's right in what he's saying. And not everyone can be right about everything, but what he writes in these pages, I feel, are very true. And whether they're true in the bigger aspect or just very true to him, I don't know, it feels important. And I'm gonna read a few bits out just hopefully make you guys and everyone think a bit. I don't know, because I feel like humanity is a bit dicey at the minute, let's just say. Anyway, so he's talking here about how the Black communities in America struggle with poverty. I think he's specifically talking about New York City and Harlem in this section of the book. Now, I am perfectly aware that there are other slums in which white men are fighting for their lives and mainly losing. I know that blood is also flowing through those streets and that the human damage there is incalculable. People are continually pointing out to me the wretchedness of white people in order to console me for the wretchedness of blacks. But an itemised account of the American failure does not console me, and it should not console anyone else. That hundreds of thousands of white people are living in effect no better than the N-word is not a fact to be regarded with complacency. The social and moral bankruptcy suggested by this fact is of the bitterest, most terrifying kind. Now, so as you can tell, you know what I'm talking about there. Just because that's bad doesn't make this not bad or worse or whatever. Stop comparing. And then he goes on again to talk about something slightly different. But I'm going to go back to that because I also want to read another sentence or paragraph from further on in the book which ties in with this, which is page. And look, the thing is, I'm not American, but I think, you know, we're all affected by America, but also this pertains true for every country and every people. So following on from that, this is further on in the book, is a country is only as good. I don't care now about the constitution and the laws at the moment. Let us leave these things aside. A country is only as strong as the people who make it up, and the country turns into what the people want it to become. Now this country is going to be transformed. It will not be transformed by an act of God, but by all of us, by you and me. I don't believe any longer that we can afford to say that it is entirely out of our hands. We made the world we're living in, and we have to make it over. I mean, it just, it's so relevant to today and every day. And I don't know, particularly this day, maybe I'm feeling quite fatalistic today, but I don't know. I just thought that was a very, just take it in. I need to do more, really, is that what that made me think. Now, then going back to this one, this is another thing, which is just, I just think, when we're talking, all 24 hours in a day, or we all have the same time, we all have this, we all have that, take a moment and just remember, not everyone is born equal, because this is another sentence written in the 50s, it's so relevant again today. The people, however, who believe that this democratic anguish has some consoling value are always pointing out that so-and-so white and so-and-so black rose from the slums into the big time. The public existence of, say, Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. proved to them that America is still the land of opportunity and that inequalities vanish before the determined will. It proves nothing of the sort. The determined will is rare. At the moment, in this country, it is unspeakably rare, and the inequalities suffered by the many are in no way justified by the rise of a few. A few have always risen, in every country, every era, and in the teeth of regimes which can by no stretch of the imagination be thought of as free. Not all of these people, it is worth remembering, left the world better than they found it. The determined will is rare, but is not invariably benevolent. Furthermore, the American equation of success with the big time reveals an awful disrespect for human life and human achievement. This equation has placed our cities among the most dangerous in the world and has placed our youth among the most empty and most bewildered. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that, but again, another thing so important to every day and every life and people's lives and how we perceive how people live their lives or do their things. And I think also another book that I want to talk about in the future is Poor by Katrina Sullivan, which in the same way that this book, Nobody Knows My Name, made me reflect a lot and think about, I've said this before, and think about prejudices and stuff like that, but James Baldwin, he is so talented and so, somebody keeps coming in and out, and I am sorry if I've kind of rambled a bit because I keep getting distracted by somebody coming in and out of the next door. It must be clearing up or something, so apologies if that's a bit of rambling, but it was just my thoughts, how I've been thinking when I'm reading this, how important I think this collection of essays is. Definitely pick it up. I'm not sure if I went on Goodreads, also not everyone in the world who reads is on Goodreads, but I feel like it's not that popular. I didn't know about it, I only know about it because my brother gave it to me, and I highly recommend it. You wouldn't even need to read it as a book, I read it just straight as a book, like reading. You could actually just pick it up and read each essay, they're all separate to one another, but I felt it resonated and gave more of an impact to me by reading it all at once, but totally up to you. Anyway, that is my recommendation for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.